morning. We're going to do a tour around Mungo National Park. We've picked up a brochure. We're going to follow the loop and stop at different sites along the way. I'll give you a little bit of history about the geology of the plain. This area here itself starts off with Mungo Lookout, and as you can see by the video, this is the basin. So what you see here today what formed once was a lake, and about 18,000 years ago it dried up. And as we tour around, you're going to see some of the most interesting formations that will inspire you.
Standing here, we are looking across the now dry Lake Mungo to the Lunette Dune System. This dune system runs for 30 kilometres along the lake bed's eastern shore. This distinct crescent-shaped barrier is made up of overlapping bands of clay and sand. It stands up to 30 metres high in places and is Mungo's most striking visual feature.
I'm standing in front of the shearer shed, which was built in 1869. By the 1890s, the Chinese people working here and saw these 30 kilometers of high dunes, and they called it the Walls of China. By 1979, this area was declared a national park. Gol Station was established in the 1860s, taking in the area of 500,000 acres, including what is now Mungo National Park. Many Aboriginal people began to work on stations as boundary riders, trackers and general hands. Aboriginals were eventually replaced by a Chinese workforce and eventually rounded up and sent to missions. In 1869, the Chinese labourers came from the exhausted gold mining fields and Melbourne. The wool shed was made from local pit-sawn cypress pine logs and used to erect the unique drop log shed. It had 30 stands for shearers and turning over 50,000 sheep in a single season. Behind me, we're going to visit what remains of these lake basins, which were dried up about 18,000 years ago.
They also discovered the Mungo man here and the Mungo lady, and they discovered them, recently actually, but they go back about 20,000 years ago.
Part of this amazing textured landscape, which was formed 18,000 years ago, from a distance, it was named the Chinese Wall.
The Walls of China.
Because the Chinese who worked in the area would see them and remind them of
the
home.
Great Wall of China.
So let's have a look, shall we?
I think, however, they're a bit misguided because the Great Walls of China,
It's one wall.
It is one wall, and it is actually in pretty good nick.
We've just stopped up at the Mallee Walk. It's only a 30-minute walk, but what I wanted to show you was how different the vegetation is here from Victoria. Pretty much Mallee scrub. You can see that the trees are much stunted, smaller foliage, and there's no mountain Vic ash tall gums here at all. Well, we've just finished that 30-minute walk. In fact, I think it took us half the time to do it. And we're back to where we started from, but we sort of lost direction and then realized we're back.
Wow, it was really like an optical illusion.
Absolutely. That's how you can get lost in the bush.
So always be prepared. Okay, Joe and I are standing on top of Vigor's mobile dune. Mobile because it moves a little bit, and there's actually a well at the bottom of the dune as well. As well as a well.
We have a great 360-degree view here, and if you're doing the loop drive around Mungo National Park, this is definitely a stop worth having. I'm going to push him off the dune in a minute. That'll send him rolling. I'm here at Zanchi Station. This is apparently all that remains. There's a couple of interesting things here, maybe a bit of rubble.
We are here at Zanchi Station. I think it's been a long time since this homestead has served a Devonshire tea. But we do have remnants. We have a fireplace. We've got the outdoor dunny.
A classic old dunny, but not in working order anymore.
We actually have a subterranean room. It could be called a cellar of sorts. And it would be an escape room on a very, very hot day. Could have served as a bomb shelter as well. But I think you would have been pretty safe in this outback of Australia.
Zanchi Woolshed, constructed in 1947 to replace the makeshift shearing rooms that the Zanchi property had used for over 20 years establishment in the early 1920s. Its construction came at a time of prosperity for the wool industry in Australia as international markets recovered in the wake of World War II. The new woolshed did much to improve Zanchi's ability to harvest its wool clip effectively and take advantage of the good times heading into the 1950s. Where we end our tour around Mungo National Park. So we will say goodbye from here. I'll leave you with a little bit of a sunset at the end of this video, and we will see you on the next adventure because we're heading to Broken Hill.